If any book can claim to have set me on the path to being the kind of writer I am, that is, one who doesn't mind frightening readers occasionally, although not, I hasten to add, by showing up unexpectedly on their doorstep in the dead of night dressed as a ghoul, then this one, the first Armada Ghost book, has a very strong case for being it. Nowadays it's more common to find the horror section of a bookstore filled with novels, but when I was younger, short stories were the lifeblood of horror, and collections of them packed the shelves. They were, though, mostly directed at older readers, and few editors really thought about younger readers in terms of horror fiction, or not until Christine Bernard came along in 1967. She had already edited horror anthologies for adults, and I think she understood something essential about horror and fear, and how they might connect with readers who were only on their way to becoming adults. Firstly, she recognised that some kids liked being frightened, just as much as grown-ups, as long perhaps as they could choose how they went about it. Or back to people popping up unexpectedly and trying to make you wet your undercarriage. Nobody likes those kinds of people. Secondly, I think she realised or remembered from her own childhood that the world can be a pretty terrifying place when you're young, and scary stories allowed younger readers to explore the concept of fear itself and figure out ways to cope with it, sometimes by giving labels and shapes, ghost, vampire, werewolf, to terrors that in life may have had neither, or may have been too awful to name. And finally, when you're a teenager and your body is changing in odd ways and you're sprouting hair where no hair had been before, why would you not want to read about werewolves or vampires or beings that thrive on transformation? After all, they're your kinfolk. What's interesting about this little book is that it features a lot of stories that were not written with children in mind. A few are modern, or were at the time, and some are retellings of strange myths, but most are classic tales of terror. Bernard had a lot of respect for younger readers, for their intelligence and for their curiosity. If these stories were to work as they should, if they were genuinely to allow young people to deal with fear, they had to be properly frightening. That was a lesson that I carried into the Book of Lost Things and the Land of Lost Things. If you're going to scare your reader, do it properly.